Hi there, Mrs. Smart here, and we are talking about adding mixed numbers and subtracting mixed numbers. I have a couple of different strategies to go over. So here's our mixed number addition problem, written horizontally. Just like with simple fractions, I like to write my mixed numbers vertically. So you can see we have unlike denominators. This one has a 3, this one has a 6. We're going to need to find some common denominators. So when you count by sixes, obviously 6 times 1, 6. And when you count by threes, you also get to 6. So 3 times 2 is 6. Use that multiplier of a 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So then I can add 4 plus 5 is 9/6. And you can see over here I added my whole numbers. 4 plus 2 is 6 over here. So with this 9/6, it's a fraction greater than 1. So I need to rewrite it as a mixed number. You can write 1 and 3/6, 6/6 plus 3/6. So this whole number gets added in with the 6 over here. And then I've got the 3/6 left. So I have a total of 7 and 3/6. Okay, so this is just finding a common denominator and then adding the whole numbers. Another strategy that some people like to use is to take your mixed number and rewrite it as an improper fraction. So 4 and 2/3 would be rewritten as 14/3, and 2 and 5/6 would be rewritten as 17/6. And you can see here's my thinking for how I came up with those improper fractions. Then I need to find a common denominator. So I would still use a multiplier of 2 and get 28/6 plus 17/6, and that's 45/6. And then I would rewrite that as a mixed number, so it's 7 and 3/6. 6 goes into 45 7 times with a remainder of 3. Here's my remainder right here from that division problem. So when you're adding fractions, either way works. Okay. Now, subtracting fractions, because in subtraction, whether it's with whole numbers or with fractions or decimals, sometimes we have to borrow or regroup. You have to go over to the tens place and regroup. You have to borrow a 10. So for that reason, when subtracting mixed numbers, I always like to rewrite it as an improper fraction first, because then you don't have to do fraction regrouping or fraction borrowing, because it gets kind of confusing. So this is the strategy I'm going to share with you. 4 and 2/3 minus 2 and 1/6. I rewrite both of them as improper fractions and subtract, and I get 15/6. And then that 6 goes into 15 2 times. Here's my 2. And then I have a remainder of 3. So that's my numerator. And the denominator stays the same. Now, I don't need to go back and do anything with the whole numbers, because those whole numbers got included in the improper fractions. So we're good. Now, this example, it's very similar, except that instead of 1/6, I wrote 5/6 right here. Because if you were to rewrite this as just an equal fraction, I would have 4/6 minus 5/6. And you can't do 4 minus 5. You would have to go over to the 4, cross it out, make it a 3, borrow one whole, 6/6, and it gets kind of confusing. So this is why, in this kind of a case, especially where your bottom fraction is larger than your top fraction, in this kind of a case, it's really helpful to just go straight to the improper fractions. So I made this into an improper fraction, 14/3. I made this one into an improper fraction, 17/6. Find a common denominator using a multiplier of 2. So then I have 28/6 minus 17/6. That gives me 11/6. And then I regroup that as a mixed number. 6 goes into 11 one time with a remainder of 5. So If you are subtracting mixed numbers, just make it a rule always to change it into an improper fraction, and then you don't have to worry about regrouping with that whole number. So I hope this helps, and have a great day.